Hi everyone, and welcome back to the Curio Stitches podcast. My name's Ellie and I'm coming to you from Exeter, which is in the southwest of England. I'm sorry if you can hear noise. I do have my big windows closed, but the small ones open a little bit just to let some airflow. But the neighbours are doing some work, so... Right, it is Saturday the 16th of September. And I've got my cup of tea in my Care Bears. This was my birthday present from Neve, this flask, and I absolutely love it. So, today's video is my monthly works in progress video. So I have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 works in progress and 1 future project, but I am only going to talk about half of them, so that it's not overwhelming you, and it is also the things that are coming out this month, or that I plan to have finished this month. So the first thing that I'm going to talk to you about is something that I haven't cast on yet, because it is the Stephen West's Geo-gradient, which is his mystery knit along for this year. And so I thought I would talk about the yarns that I've chosen. So I've gone for a very warm, rich autumnal palette. So my first yarn is this one, which I started using in another project and then ripped back. So this is Full and Vine Yarns on her Volca base, and it's the I Am No Bird colourway. So it's this beauty. Oh, I'm so glad that's showing up properly. Isn't that beautiful? So that is my palest colour. Then my second colour is from Jude, who is Stranded Yarns, or Stranded Dye Works. Merino singles, and it's the Fogar colourway, and it's this rich beauty. I absolutely fell in love with this. I'm using this colour in another project, but for that's the series silk. The singles I'm using in the shawl, and then I'm using my own so Curio Stitches yarns, Dark Academia. So it's a tonal deep forest, deep woodland, rather brown. And again, I'm using this in another project, which you'll see in a minute. So this is my hand dyed, and this is on Falkland fingering weight. And then my final colour is my, covered in floof, my Echo colourway on Merino singles, and this is just black. So this is Echo. So it's slightly tonal, but for black, that's pretty solid. So this is my Geo-gradient. Isn't it beautiful? So I'm very excited to cast this on, along with half the rest of the knitters in the universe, on 1st of October. Guys, oh, I couldn't resist. When it was a gradient one, I was like, yes, please. So I'm very excited. So there's 400 meters, 360, 400 and 360 meters. So he was saying that you need at least 360 yards per colour, and whichever way you put these, it's just beautiful. So yes, I'm very excited about those. So that is an upcoming project. So although it's not cast on yet and it's not a whip, I have done a little swatch and then round it back up. So next month on my works in progress video, know that there will be a spoiler of the first week of the clue. You have been warned. Okay, so moving on to yes, so if you've been here a while, you will know that last Christmas time, middle of December, I fell ice skating and broke my arm on my hips, and I cast on the Ranunculus. So this is just a project that I dip into when I just want some easy knitting, just for sort of 5-10 minutes as a palette cleanse between other projects. So it's come back into rotation because I have so many projects on the go that I needed something that didn't have a deadline, that was purely for fun, that was beautiful, soft, was soothing for my senses, and this is just, yes. So I deviated from the pattern. I made modifications in that I did not complete the yoke chart just because I have a very short arm side, so the area from the top of my shoulder to my armpit, and I didn't want it to be baggy like this one. I want it loose, but I didn't want it to have a long yoke. So I stopped working the yoke one texture repeat before it finished, and then when I split my sleeves, my sleeves are 2 inches narrower because I want it to feel like a cuddle. So it's still loose, but it'll just sort of sit on my arm as opposed to being baggy like these. So sleeve 1 is done, and I am working on sleeve 2, and the body's on hold on a very tiny cable because I only have 1 ball of the lace weight that I was using, which is plush lace, charcoal colourway from on the plush lace base from Dublin dye. I have her tack here, so it's Dublin dye, and it's an 80/20 merino silk. There you go. And then the purple, I had 4 skeins of Cumulus from Fibers Bakes, and I absolutely, it's my favourite base. I have tried mohair, and I am so sensitive to prickly yarns, and I know a lot of people say mohair isn't prickly, but to me it's like wearing Brillo pads. So bless her heart, Angela had sent me one as a gift when I placed an order with her as a Christmas present last year, and so I went ahead and ordered 3 more. So I am into my third, I think I'm into my third ball of this, because they're only, what, 25 gram balls? Let's just have a look. 25 grams. Yeah, so sort of one of these is 4 of these sort of thing. So I wanted to make sure that I had nice long sleeves, because I also did my sleeves different to the pattern. So in the pattern, if you do the yoke as it says, so it would be down to here, you only need shortish sleeves. So because I raised where I separated the sleeves, I need long sleeves. And I've just done, I think I only did a couple of decreases just for a sort of a hint of shaping, and then I just did a 1 inch 1x1 cuff. So this is my, I need a gentle knit. So I'm doing the second sleeve so that I know I've got enough for both sleeves, and then whatever's left I'll just work down the body on. I think the only thing that's true to this pattern that I'm doing is the needle sizes. But that's okay. Knitting's all about that, you know. Figure out what works for you and do your thing. So the Ranunculus, I think it's Midori, Knit Cafe, Midori Hirosa. So it was 2017 pattern. It's all yours. Okay, so my second whip, we're going on publication lines. So my second item is the Ecume Pullover by Melody Massicot, who is Goth Witch Designs. And this is sort of her blank front cover. Picture will be here. So this is a test knit that I'm doing for her. She's an absolute sweetheart. And it's in this basket. So again, it is on my dark cottage core colourway in Falkland and on my Surrey silk base, and I'm holding them together as instructed. Now I may or may not need a 4th skein of the Surrey silk for my size, but I have one just in case. So the deadline was to get the body and at least one sleeve finished. So I've done that, that's fine. I have yet to sew on said sleeve, but this is sleeve number 1. It is absolutely beautiful. Now I have short arms, so I modified it. I did all the increase and everything correctly, and with her permission I did my sleeve shorter, because on me the sleeves would have been down to here and I want my sleeves to hit here. So I can still pull it down over my arms, but it's the comfortable, you know, sort of, it'll sit here. So sleeve number 1. And this is the body. So I'll just move my basket. Isn't this absolutely beautiful? So I've still got to sew the sleeve in, but this beautiful texture panel here, and it's bobbles and lace and texture, and then you've got cables going up the edge, and then you've got some extra faux cable across the top to frame it, and then again onto the back. And it's the front and the back, and it's absolutely beautiful, and I can't wait to wear this. So sort of, ta-da. So my second sleeve is this long. Sorry, Melody, but my plan is to get it finished this weekend. It's Saturday, I have a couple of days. The pattern is being published on the 29th of September, so run and get a copy, because it is such a pleasure to knit this jumper. The gauge isn't too tight, it's not too loose. She found perfect gauge to try and work this on, and it is so thick and cozy. It's going to be absolutely delicious to wear all winter. But I wanted to show you, because it wasn't a finished objects video state, and then by the time next month's finished item comes round, it will have already been published. I will show you then as well. And I'm going to be doing a little video just sort of showing wearing it ready for when it comes out. So yes, the pattern calls for, just check the needle sizes for you, 3mm and 3.25mm, and there are 2 body lengths and 2 body shapes. So there's a short body, a long body, and then there's a straight body or A-line body. And it uses a sweater's quantity of yarn, but it doesn't overuse yarn, if you know what I mean. So some sweaters it will say you need like 2,000 meters, whatever, and true you do, but you're holding 2 yarns together. So for my size, I was able to do, or I will have been able to do it with 3 skeins of fingering weight yarn and 3 skeins of floof. So it's really good yardage, you know. I did the size 3. There are... Oh, excuse me. Oh dear, sorry, there's something in the air. There are 10 sizes, and she has an absolutely stunning little schematic here. And then you get a grid. So this is the size I did and what was relevant to me. And it goes from a finished bust circumference of 30.8 inches or 77 centimetres up to a 64.8 inch, which is 161.9 centimetres. So 162. So it's a good size range. And there's sort of 4 inches approximately between each size. So it's really good. Very size inclusive, very comfy, and I can't wait to wear it all winter. So yes. Well done, Melody. It's an absolutely beautiful pattern. Okay, I need a sip of tea. Okay, so moving on. I said last week that I had a purple version of the Galatea on the needles. It is here. So this is some of my hand dyed as well. It was just one of a kind. It's purples with violets and red through it. But I'm not 100% happy with this, so I'm going to rip back and start again. The yarn, I wasn't expecting it to be as stiff as it is. It's merino nylon. It's a base I don't dye on anymore. So I'm going to rip it back, give it another wash, because I have a feeling that this is one of the ones that, because I was just throwing dye in a pot, I didn't soak properly. Like every time I dye yarn, I like to give it a soak wash. So with the brand Soak, or what's the other one I use? Eucalan. And there's both in their scentless things. And I have a feeling that I didn't do that. I was just, I want to get this drying on my needle sort of thing. So I'm going to rip it back, rescale it, cast on again. So yes. And then I have, oh no, I'll show you this one in a minute because that's for next year. The Galatea pattern is published on Ravelry and my website. If you type in hashtag Galatea on Instagram, you will find dozens of photos. I also did a reel about it, and also there's a video. If you search on here on YouTube, on my channel, you'll find a little video there as well. I had amazing test knitters, and I will make a little short video with their photos and sort of a thank you, because they were absolutely amazing test knitters, and thank you ever so much, everyone. Yeah, it was a wonderful experience as a designer to have such a lovely group of test knitters, so I'm very grateful, thank you. Right, next project. So last time I showed you the short DQ8 casting mitts, so I will just pop one on because this is the second size. So this is the, move that out of the way, and will be woven in when I take photos. So this is the short size, so you can see they are lovely, and you can still use your hands and write or drive, or you know, use your phone or whatever. So this is the first size, and then the second size is a 3 room length. So I've started the 3 room length, and I'm using some yarn that I over dyed, which is this beauty. There we go. Absolutely stunning, sort of berries and greens and things. And then I'm using the same green that I used for the first pair as the runes on this one. So the green is West Yorkshire Spinners Fleece, 100% British wool, and it's Blue Face Leicester in the colourway Fellside, and it's DK weight. Don't know how well you're going to be able to read that. There we go. Can you hear the rain? I've got rain and the pond going, and it sounds amazing. I just completely got distracted by it. So these are 3 rune repeats. So the first rune will sit below. So they will sit like so. There, like that. So it'll still be the same length on the fingertips, but you'll have a nice cozy bit coming down your sleeve. So for those people that like wearing 3/4 length sleeve coats or whatever, or even you just want that extra bit of coziness, these are the ones for you. So I'm on the first rune, and I plan to have these finished by the end of the week. Not this week, the coming week. So by next week, I'll have these finished. This pattern is coming out on the, I think it's the 29th of September as well. I might put them out on the 28th. I haven't decided yet. My test knitters are doing a remarkable job as well. Especially shout out to Nicole, Witch and Knitting Mama. She's doing a beautiful one, and she's using white for the runes and sort of chocolates and reddish pinky colours for the main colour, and they are beautiful. They look like a Black Forest Gatto to me. Just stunning. So yes, those will be out at the end of the month. It'll be in the last sort of 2 or 3 days of the month, because I also have another 2 patterns coming out at the end of the month as well, both of the other ones which are free. So the first one, this is nearly finished. This is Neve's Crochet Cat Hat, and I'm literally on the final row. So I'm on the final row, and then I've just got to join it up. So this is the Crochet Cat Hat, or cat style hat, and it's just a free pattern because I don't do anything for crocheters, even though I can crochet. So this is the there are 5 Sundays in the month free pattern for crocheters. So there we go. There will be different sizes on the pattern, but I've only knit 3 of the sizes, or crochet 3 of the sizes. So the baby size is sort of try it. If it's too small, it probably took an hour. So, and it's free. So there's baby, child, sort of teen, small adult, which is this size, and then regular or large sort of adult. But the glorious thing about crochet is because it doesn't have a lot of stretch, you can just do the foundation row and then the first row and sort of try it around your head, you know, put it on, see if it fits. If it doesn't, add a stitch. If it does, when it's too loose, take out a stitch. It's very easy, very quick. So I think this has probably taken an hour, maybe 2 at the most. I tend to crochet it while I'm watching TV, so it's easy, you know. So that's a freebie that's coming out this month for you guys that crochet. I listened, and I've just done mine in acrylic. So the white is one of these gigantic balls. Yes, I had hand wound this because I started pulling from the inside and then it got in a tangle and I don't know why. So I then had to go from the outside and I had to hand wind it into a big ball. So this is one of those massive balls of acrylic from Hobby. And then I'm using Karen Simply Soft. Everyone knows Karen Simply Soft. It's soft. In black, because Neve wanted a black and white one. Abby's is black and charcoal. And mine's black and purple. So yeah, but I'll show you that on the finished video because I've already finished it, so you'll have to wait another couple of weeks. Right, so there is another pattern coming, which are the Apocalypse mitts, and those are my free knitters pattern for this month. But this video has sort of gone on for longer than I expected, so there will be a separate little video for that as well. You will find that now I'm doing separate short videos just showing you the finished object just before release. So there'll be a video coming up the day before release for all my patterns, because then it's easier for you guys to sort of keep track. So the other projects that I have on the needles are the Apocalypse mitts. I'm on the final prettying up of those, so weaving ends, etc. Then I am doing the Jelly Cube cardigan for Cat Weaver, and I'm about this far from finishing my second sleeve cap. So yes, I am doing the Irish Gold cardigan for Joji Locatelli, and I should have that done in time to show you on my next finished video. The Moonology Jumper, I am on the second sleeve. I'm about halfway down the second sleeve, about 7 inches down, to nearly halfway down the second sleeve. That pattern's coming out at the end of next month, so it is a moon phase jumper. Of course, yeah, it is beautiful. I can't wait to show you that one. And I am doing the Chained Oblivion for Kelcey, who is knitting Nakabi. Stunning cardigan. I can't wait to show you guys that one, but you'll have to wait until end of October, beginning of November for me to show you that one, because that one's not due out until November time. So that is what I am currently working on. The Athame jumper is complete. It is having photos taken this weekend, hopefully tomorrow. If not tomorrow, it'll be Monday, because my partner Abby works Tuesday through Saturday, so our weekends are Sundays and Mondays. So Sunday's our family day, and then Monday's just mine and her day. But hopefully we'll get video and photos taken of that this weekend, so you'll be able to see that next week. I've got an itch. So I hope you enjoyed all my projects. That isn't everything, because I forgot to tell you about the Medusa. The Medusa, this is knit on Hobby Metallico. It's supposed to be worsted Aran weight, but on my gauge it's DK weight. It's this beautiful, beautiful green. Absolutely luscious. And this is my Medusa. So it looks tiny. It's another very multi-directional top. I'm absolutely in love with it, but I'm having to go slowly. It's not coming out until next year, but I'm just putting in a row every once in a while to sort of keep it fresh in my mind. But I'm so excited. I just had to show you this little bit. I've already knit one in a darker green that is not Hobby. I'm using my DK weight, I think it's forest green. I can't remember what I named it, and I can't see it, it's up there. I'll show you nearer the time. Absolutely stunning. So of course I have to have 2 green ones because I love green, in case you can't tell. Yeah. So look out for this one. There will be a test knit call coming out for this one, either at the end of October, November sort of time. But my plan is for this one to come out in March. so that people can knit them. It'll literally take a couple of weeks max, so that people can knit them ready for spring layering and, you know, the sort of the transitional weather period, and then without anything for the summer. So yes. Okay, so that is everything for today. I hope you've enjoyed the sort of what I'm working on. Comment down below if you're working on any of my designs. You know, if you've bought any of my patterns, what you're working on, what yarn you're using, etc, etc. And tell me what you're doing today. What are you knitting on or crocheting on? You know, share some inspiration back. Okay. Look after yourselves, everyone. Lots of love. Bye for now.